Being a teenager and dealing with chicks is, I think, one of the most stressful and stupid things that anybody could do. Of course, anybody that's like around my age, being 18, 15 through 18 is where I would say, and even getting into the older ages, I think just dealing with women is so stupid. I don't know, there's a bunch of shit that I hate, but it's very common with today's society and today's culture for women and the way that they act. And I think the biggest thing that for me is a pet peeve and that I detest is, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, whore culture. And just being a I want to figure out a way to say this without getting YouTube to ban me. I don't even know if I can get banned on YouTube for saying this sort of stuff. Yeah, Grady Under says a bunch of shit all the time. So whore culture is, I think, the worst thing. I Sometimes I do talk to girls. I won't lie. I don't hoe around. I definitely don't hoe around. But I do talk to a plethora of women. Like, I keep an open palette. I keep my options open. Doesn't mean I sleep with all of them. I don't. I don't sleep with. I'm To sleep with me. I don't want to make this video about me, but to sleep with me, you have to go through like a whole checklist of things that you have to hit. So I'm not easy to sleep with, but I was talking to a girl recently, and she was so open about her ex and her relationship with her ex, and such a huge turnoff, and it made me so pissed. I know I usually talk about other things in this channel, like my journey and business and other stuff, but I just felt called to make this video. And I just want to rant about this sort of stuff right now because, oh my gosh, I was actually started like I was messing with her. She's in Austin. I'm in San Antonio, so there's kind of a bit of a drive. But I was actually starting to vibe with her. I liked the way she acted. She was cool, uh, decently pretty, and she left me alone. I talked to her about my ambitions, and she like supported. I don't like talking about the stuff that I want to do with women, just because of the way that they are. They don't resonate with that sort of stuff. Like, most women aren't ambitious, and it's they don't they don't understand the sort of stuff that most guys go through. I don't mean to be a misogynist or an incel, but that's just the way that most women are. Most women are just not ambitious. Most people in general aren't ambitious, but most for the average woman, they don't really resonate with the sort of stuff that guys talk about, like goals and business. But it's so, I don't know. I don't want to. My mom just got here, so I don't want to go into such detail. But she was talking about how, like, her the stuff that her and her ex did, and it was out of context too. Like, it was so out of nowhere. Like, I asked her, like, and what are you up to? And she like told me about her ex and all the stuff that they did, and it was I felt sick to my stomach. I was like, all right, yeah, this chick is like, any thought that I had of actually continuing to talk to her, because I'll talk to women and I won't to get into relationship. I won't get in relationships with them. I'll just talk to them just whenever I'm bored. I'll just communicate with them. I'll just like text them. It's common for me to do. I do it pretty often. It doesn't mean that I focus on women a lot because I barely have time for girls right now. Especially since with what I'm doing, I really don't have time to talk to girls to or really any emphasis on that. So it's I don't know. It's very annoying to say the least. And it's very common because she isn't the only one that's been like this. Girls in general, whenever they talk about their exes, is, I think, for me personally at least, one of the most annoying things. Like, why? What's the point of mentioning your ex, and especially mentioning things that they did, like intimate things? That is the most disgusting thing that pisses me off. And them being so open about like their body count, the things they've done. Like, unless somebody asks you and wants to know like about your history, then why are you just flexing it, just like blurting it out? Like, why is this such a common thing nowadays? It's, I don't know. It kind of makes me realize how hard it's going to be to find a wife. It's going to be very difficult. And I know in one of my previous videos, like old video, like 2 months ago, I talked about how, like, I was talking to, I had, I don't want to say a girlfriend, but we were practically dating. and how she just cut things off out of nowhere. That's also a huge pet peeve of mine with women. How they are so unpredictable and you never know what comes next. Like one day they'll love you and they'll promise that they're gonna marry you and stuff, and the next day they just it's like they're all bipolar. It's so weird. I don't know, man. It's funny to me. I don't even stress about this stuff. It's just it's funny to me to just think about this sort of shit. Like wow, just wow. But I mean, we can't do anything as guys. This video is more guy related, and if a girl is watching this, then by all means debate me about this sort of stuff. Like I'm not saying all women are like this, because of course I have my mother. She's nothing like this. But most girls that are my age, for the common culture, that's how women are. But yeah, I'll be right back. And also, I think guys sleeping with every woman they can and that they see is probably just as bad. Not for the same reasons, but for the reason that it kind of just goes to show that somebody that does that doesn't really have a purpose. Well, I don't know. At least when you're first starting, because when you're like already established, have a very successful business, you make a shitload of money, and you've already accomplished 99% of things that most men won't, then I guess it's fine to sleep with whoever you want, whenever you want. Like, there's this guy that Josh and PJ were telling me about. What was his name? I don't remember his name, but apparently he looks like Thor, 6'5", millionaire, beautiful blonde Thor. And like somebody like him, who probably does have a very high body count, who definitely has a very high body count, like him, I guess it's allowed. I wouldn't even say allowed, but it's like it's okay, because he's already achieved what most guys won't ever achieve in their lives, and he's quite literally the top 0.1% of men with looks, persona, business, monetary wise, just overall. But for a woman, I think it's a little bit different, and I like having classical ideals. Like I'm not too into these modern ideals of having open relationships and all this bullshit hookup culture, which is very common nowadays. I like having like the older, like family man ideals and culture. Might just be me, I don't know. But I feel like it's disgusting. I feel like it's disgusting having this whore culture that's so common nowadays, with chicks just flaunting their body counts and talking about the stuff that they did with their exes. Like nobody really cares. Like especially with the guy you're talking to. I don't know if there's nobody watches my videos, but if there is by any chance a girl that is watching, don't do that to the guy you're talking to unless he like asks you and like he's into that, and like there's creepy weird fucks that are into that stuff. But for the most part, just don't like keep it to yourself. Don't go around flaunting like, yeah, he, I don't want to get too graphic, but like he did this and this to me, and we did this and this. Like that's like no, what? Ew. But I don't know. Might just be me. Who cares about what I'm saying? I just I wanted to make this video just ranting about past experiences with a woman. But yeah, if you are a guy who is chasing a higher purpose and has yet to hit that purpose, don't sleep with every woman you see, or don't just for because whenever you release, you're releasing a bunch of energy, and it's very different from when a woman release to when men release. When men release, you're essentially releasing a life form, so it's different. You're releasing a bunch of energy, so don't like choke chicken, and don't sleep around. Have it controlled. But yeah, that's my little rant for today. Different video to what I'm used to making, but yeah, peace.